Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Experience Live with Russ and Scott.
Welcome to the Experience Live with Russ and Scott.
Special thank you to our sponsors, the Gillette Home team of Keller Williams and Laura Gillette. For all your real estate needs, go to teamgillette.com. And H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser. For more information on your tax preparation needs, call 541-928-6432. Good morning.
Hey.
Woohoo! We made it.
Good
You're
morning,
here.
Russ.
Good morning, Scott. Hey, I am just always blessed to spend my Wednesday mornings with you. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate being here.
That. I love hanging out with you, Russ. You're a great friend and an excellent producer of live shows, including the Experience. Just to let everyone know that Russ is the one who does all the production, scheduling the guests, sending all the messages out with his partner, Ever, who's behind the scenes making graphics and scheduling and sending and posting and commenting. So thank you to Team Hedge.
Well, it is a team effort. Ever doesn't like us to bring any attention to her, but we are anyway. And we just want to be so thankful for those people that support us. We wouldn't be here without the Gillette Home team, Laura Gillette, her team, Lori Hill, and the whole group. They're amazing friends and people. For real estate needs, it's where you need to go. And also the H&R Block of Albany, Corvallis, Lebanon, and Kaiser, Oregon has been such a fabulous sponsor. But we're not gonna let the cat out of the bag yet, but we have a new sponsor starting next month. Woohoo! So we'll tell you more about that later.
Season four of the Experience is coming soon to a computer, phone, smart device near you. And they're smart because it picks up the Experience. That proves that those devices are smart.
Anything that picks up the Experience has got to be smart, right? Well, the beautiful thing is, life is an experience, right? Life is a journey. I always like to tell people life happens and then we choose. And on this show, we talk about people that are making amazing choices, doing amazing things. Right. And we have Joe and Raquel with us this morning, two great, amazing friends and people that are here to share with you. But before we get to them, we just wanted to remind you, we're here every Wednesday, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And we are on right before this on Instagram with the Experience Backstage, which is an Instagram only live, which is Scott and I fumbling around, grabbing our coffee. Our friend Shree jumps in. We have a great sponsor, Dr. Nupi Aurora of that show, that jumps in with us occasionally as well. And we just have a ton of fun. And it's kind of us just getting ready. But it's just fun. And we talk about video tips as well on that
video
show.
Tips. Shree has got so much information to share that everyone should be following her on Instagram and picking up those tips and enrolling in her courses, because that's the way we communicate now.
That's the way we do it, right?
That's the way we do it.
we also, after this, Scott, don't we have something after this today?
Yeah. Oh, and
like every week?
we have a question too. Where do we find Shree on Instagram? So
Yeah. Where do we?
So how do they find her?
They just go
Shree.
to Instagram and they type in Shree and it comes up.
Yeah.
SRI. No, it's true. Just put in SRI and her company comes right up.
Yeah.
Shree Mahabar. She's really an amazing. And I'm guessing magically that information will appear in the comments.
In the comments. Yeah.
I'm sure that will happen. But what do we have coming up after this every week at 10:30, Scott? Don't we have something?
At 10:30, we have the Experience Mastermind. It is a paid mastermind, very reasonable. And you can find out details about that part of it at russhedge.com or dscottsmith.com. And every week we talk about live video. We don't talk about just cameras and lights and microphones. We talk about guests. We talk about how to be a host. We talk about interviewing techniques, how to get sponsors, how to monetize your video stream. Today, we're talking about your voice as a tool. And one of the key things that we're going to be talking about is a tip, trick, tactic, a method, a proven method, how to get rid of filler words. Because when we speak, if we start using a lot of filler words like there's a technique. We're going to be teaching that today to those folks that are in the Experience Mastermind.
Right. And really, please don't judge us because we may use those filler words today. And so Scott and I,
occasionally,
it's interesting, I think, because Scott, let's face it, a good coach or a good mentor, which we try to be for people, and a good example is somebody who has gone through some of the same circumstances or maybe is going through and working on the areas they're teaching about, because it gives you real life practical knowledge about what's on, right? So that is why Scott and I can be so valuable to you and why this mastermind is amazing. There's not another mastermind that I am aware of out there where people are talking about their, talking about the subject. And so,
and it's a important thing, part of your business. If you're online, if you're doing any online work, which everyone that's watching here is online, therefore you got to be a part of the mastermind.
There you go. Well said. Well said. Well, I just want to say one more thing before we get going. D. Scott, you've got a couple things coming up I want you to tell everybody about. And then I've got one thing to share, and then we're going to bring our guests on.
Oh, you go. We'll talk about other stuff later.
Okay. Well, because I am doing production on this as we're talking, hopefully I can get this up there. But I'm going to tell you that today I have an outstanding class called Successfully. Okay, now I'm sitting here having a brain cramp because I'm trying to do three things at one time.
All right, I'll tell you. Okay. I'll tell everyone that at 9 a.m.
There you go. That's what I need you to tell everybody.
At 9 a.m. on LinkedIn at Christine-Smith.
There you go.
LinkedIn.com/IN/Christine with a CH-Smith. It is the Aging Better Network with Christine A. Smith, talking about the aspects of aging. It is a show I produce, and you want to tune in to that because you're going to look back and you're going to say, I wish I had tuned into that. So let's correct the error before it happens. Tune in at 9 a.m. on LinkedIn. Exactly. And yes. Christine is in the comments. You can learn more from her. Make sure you're following her and reaching out, and she'll be tagging people here so they can join the experience as well.
There you go. That is it. And now I'm ready. Now that I'm not doing 5 things. Here we go. Successfully transform your business in 3 simple steps. The title I couldn't get out of my mouth. because I was trying to get this up on the screen this today. It says it's 2 hours, but it's only a 1 hour workshop. So if you want to have a great lunch, learn some amazing information about connection and community building, it will transform your life. It will transform your business. If you enter the promo code TRANSFORM today, you save half off, $50 off the cost of the class. It's amazing information. A worksheet is included with that as well, and you need to take advantage of that. So that's all I have to say. Now, drum roll, ladies first, Dr. Raquel Muller. She is an outstanding, amazing friend. We're bringing her in first because she's there smiling in the green room, ready to go. Here she comes. Good morning,
hello,
Raquel.
gentlemen.
Well, using the very broad definition of gentleman, I think, but we'll accept it.
Raquel, it is so great to see you. You are such an amazing friend, and I am so glad you could be on this morning.
Well, thank you, Russ. I feel the same way about you. And, you've always been so generous offering me a platform to, just show up, and just wonderful environment to connect with amazing people. And I just love the work that you guys are doing. And it looks like it's expanding more and more. That's fantastic.
It is all the time. That's right. And speaking of expanding, you have adjusted, expanded, and doing some new things with your business. The Mompreneur has now expanded into some great stuff. Tell everybody who you are and what you're doing.
Well, thank you. My name is Dr. Raquel Muller, and I'm a financial educator. So what I love to do is especially empower women around finances, understanding how money works so that they can, whether by themselves or together with their significant others, make decisions about money from a place of knowledge and confidence and power. And that is basically what I'm all about. I love especially women who have a entrepreneurial spirit and want to create their big dream, perhaps support their family at some point in the future, have more free time to do all the fun things. And I just love creating community like that. So surrounding myself with women who are really driven and ambitious and who want to learn and improve themselves.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're doing that, because so many of us grew up with the phrase that money is the root of all evil, right? And it kind of affects us. It limits us. But I had a professor in college economics that said he didn't like money, but he did like what it can do. And with you empowering women to be able to not be afraid of money, and not to have I'll say, an unhealthy love of money, but to understand what it gives them the freedom to do. And, Russ, you were mentioning this earlier about both Joe and Raquel, how they have chosen to live a life that makes a difference. And sometimes you need resources to be able to do that.
Right. Yeah. Well, and the truth is, and then Raquel, keep going because you have so much great information, but it's not money that is the root of all evil. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. Where are your priorities? Where's your focus? Where's your heart really? So, Raquel, you've got everything from an amazing book, which I've read, by the way, that you utilize for this, but working with some great local people as well. And just tell everybody a little bit more about how you do what you do.
Absolutely. So I work with a education system that is based on an amazing little book, which I have right here. It's called How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker. And it's meant to be a wake-up call a little bit. So it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek as well. But the idea is, when we're living paycheck to paycheck, that really sucks. And when we don't understand enough about money, that means that people who do understand have the opportunity to sometimes take advantage. And that happens more often than we may realize, and it's not good. So if we want to create a different reality for ourselves, and as you gentlemen already pointed out, it's not about the money itself. It's about the freedom, the options, the choices that it gives us, the ability to live the kind of lives that we want to live, that allows us to give to the causes and the people in our lives that we most care about. And it allows us to have different options available to us. And so with this book, it goes into some powerful money concepts. For example, have you heard of the rule of 72? It's basically a mathematical shortcut that tells us how many years money will take to double based on the interest rate.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are not familiar with this. We all know about compound interest in a loose way, but when you see the concepts, the way that they're explained here, and it's very, very easy to read. It reads more like a comic book, which is amazing. To me, it made a huge difference because I was intimidated by money and found it very difficult to understand, very confusing, didn't want to touch it. So when I read this book, it really opened up a door for me, made me want to go and learn more. And that's what I'm hoping that it will do for people out there, and especially the women that I most want to serve. So in the book also, it talks about 7 money milestones, which the first one is education. It's just getting the basics enough so that we can ask better questions, so that we can feel more comfortable having conversations about money and participating in the decision-making process with our partners. And then there's also things like proper protection, so that if ever we lose the ability to generate income, or we're gone, we pass away unexpectedly or something like that, that means our family is well protected, and our legacy is protected. Things like having enough cash flow coming in, because a lot of folks, even though they work very hard, they still don't have enough money coming in, and that's a problem. Things like managing our debt, like living within our means, having budgets, these kinds of things, creating wealth and protecting that wealth. So these are sort of the path that we advocate for people to follow to reach that sense of freedom and financial independence.
Yeah. And, I love all that you're about as far as educating people, putting great thought, and people putting thought into their money. I love what Dave Ramsey said years ago was, really, when you think about where your money's going, it makes such a big difference. That's not exactly how he said it, but so much often we live life by accident. We use our money by accident. And then my beautiful wife looks at me and goes, "Where'd all the money go?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Look at the checkbook,
Yeah.
But speaking of wonderful thought leaders, we have the 2021 Thought Leader of the Year, Joe Perez, in the house. Come on down.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
How you doing, Joe?
Hello.
You are way too kind, Russ. I'm doing all right, sir. How about you?
Doing great. Hey, listen, give everybody a little snapshot into Joe, what you're up to, and what you're all about.
Oh, thank you so much, Russ. I appreciate that kind and gracious introduction. So I'm a senior systems analyst and team lead at the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services. I liaise between high-level business people on one side and high-level technical people on the other side, and hopefully try to work out solutions that everyone can be pleased with, being able to communicate, understanding technical aspects, understanding how the business works, understanding how people communicate, how the learning process works. I was an educator for 10 years before I got into IT, which I've been in for, going on 30 years now. Some might say, "Oh, you started when you were in kindergarten," but no, I am older than I am older than that. So, it's been an amazing ride. On the side, in a fractional role, I'm Chief Technology Officer at SolonTek Corporation, a cybersecurity firm in startup in North Carolina. Having a wonderful time with that as well. And then whatever time is left, you mentioned the thought leader thing. I was very graciously honored with that. I had no idea all the people that were up for that award. I feel like I can't even hold a candle to most of them, but somehow, for whatever crazy reason, they picked me. But I do get to speak at conferences, dozens of them every year. And I really enjoy speaking about actionability of data, motivational topics, integrity and leadership, professional development, driving decisions with data, facilitating innovation. That type of thing is my passion, and I just want to leverage the abilities and talents that I have to be of benefit to the audience. I believe that if you're not better off, after I walk into the room, you walk into the room at the end of that time, if you're not better off than you were when you walked into that room, then I've wasted your time and mine. So, I'm going to give it everything I got and put it out 120% to ensure that you come out of there enriched, enhanced, empowered, educated, and maybe even entertained all at the same time.
And Joe, I love your story about how you get speaking gigs, because for those people who would like to be on stages and get speaking gigs, apparently, Joe, the key is having something important to say, something helpful to say, because that tends to be your advertising, right? That's how you get booked to speak.
It's got to be something interesting. No,
you're not
I
advertising.
don't. Yeah.
You're not promoting it. You're not I don't think you're a member of like a service or anything, right? That tries to get you.
No,
booked.
sir.
It's just people just reach out. So there you go. If you want to be a speaker, have something interesting to say.
And be good at saying it too, and have a passion for communicating it. Having a desire not only to communicate your passion, but also to ignite that passion within the hearts and minds of the people who are on the other side of that mic, or the other end of that platform, or the other end of the stage in the room in a live setting. Be able to interact with your audience, be able to anticipate their needs, be able to reach out and connect with them, resonate with them, and be relevant all at the same time.
Yeah, what I love, Joe, is your passion, and how you definitely light up a room. And that's why you and I get along so well, because we both are like boo people out there. But speaking of that, I have been blessed to present and work with Dr. Raquel Muller, who is an amazing individual.
Yes, she is.
I tell you, the way she empowers women, not only now through finances, but just through life, and all the way she encourages them. And you are such a bright light, Raquel, and all you're doing. It's amazing that people need people like you guys for technical stuff, for money stuff, because that is not my mind. I am a right-brained, creative, out there guy, and we need you guys to keep us straight.
Russ is out there.
Yeah, that's true.
That's tweetable, by the way.
Yeah.
Russ is out there. I love it.
Are you left-handed?
The entrepreneur stuff. The what?
Are you left-handed, sir?
No, my beautiful wife is. I'm right-handed.
Ah, and you're still right
I'm the
brain.
left-handed. I'm the left-handed one.
Me too.
There you go. There you go. Well, Raquel, tell everybody a little bit more about the mompreneur part of what you do. You don't just do finances. I know that's a big focus now for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, as you pointed out, excuse me, I'm all about empowering women in general. And what I really believe is that when we pay attention to our needs and work on our own spiritual, physical, emotional, mental well-being, and financial well-being, that we're able to give more of ourselves to our families, to our spouses, to our community, to the world, because we're able to tap into our gifts and really bring them out in the best way. So I'm very big on us taking time to develop our skills, to lean into our dreams. I think a lot of times people, including women, are so focused in serving everyone else that they really neglect themselves, and they stop dreaming. So they stop taking care of themselves, and they stop asking themselves, what is it that I'm really passionate about? What do I love? What makes me come alive? And I'm very big on that. That my very favorite quote in the whole world is the one by Howard Thurman that goes, "Don't ask what the world needs. Find something that brings you alive and go do that. What the world needs is people who've come alive." And I always go back to that aliveness. And that's what I try to bring to people wherever I go.
Yeah, and you do a great job at that. And speaking of coming alive, this whole group is bringing everybody alive this morning, or you're dead out there. But
Yeah, baby.
Absolutely.
I
There we go.
don't know, Joe, if there is a more alive, excited person wanting to bring so much value and great information to people than you. When you speak, give us a couple of the topics that you cover when you're talking to people.
Sure. Again, thank you for asking. So on the data side of things, I have one presentation that's called Leveraging Brains and Beauty for Effective Data Storytelling. You have to start the race, make your case, motivate the base, and give it some space before you can put it into place. So yeah, so I take people. Yeah, isn't that great? I take people on a journey from concept to reality. You have it in your head how you want your data to be presented. Well, how do you get that out there on the screen? How do you fix your fancy reports so that they not only look pretty but that they're right? It's nice that they be visually compelling. But it has to do so in a way that is accurate and correct and does indeed lead the viewer to be able to grab and derive the actionable insights that they need from the data that they're looking at. So, how do you do it? What's the framework? What are the best practices? That's one. Another one is called Facilitating Innovation in a Post COVID-19 World. This is where I challenge people. It has nothing to do with data, it has everything to do with motivation. It has everything to do with adopting more agile mindset, learning how to pivot, learning how to deal with change, and recognizing that change is inevitable, inexorable, and inspiring. How do you react to it? So I adopt what I call, or I advocate, a three-pronged approach: recognize, resolve, and respond. Recognize what change is like, resolve to balance two seemingly opposite mindsets, and then respond. What do we do with the knowledge that we've gained? How do we use what we've learned to deal with changes in a better way, and in a way that not only we embrace change ourselves, we're empowered to cope with it, but we also seek and, I guess, want to encourage others to live out what they know is right. So that's motivation. The last one is well, there's a whole bunch, but I mean, the most popular ones, yeah. Driving decisions with data, delight or disaster. Again, taking people on a journey from being in data denial to being data driven. You have to look, link, listen, leverage, and learn.
Look at all
Right.
those alliterations right there. It makes
I
my
know. I was
wife
just gonna say, I love
really
it.
happy. Here's some key things that I took away from that. So use the alliterations in your speaking, and channel your inner Dr. Seuss. Those
There you go.
rhymes, right? I would not in a
Yeah.
fox. I would not in a box. I do not like green eggs and ham. Sam, I am.
That's right. Yeah.
No, I think those kind of things, the play on words and, just the energy draws people in. And you want to inspire people. You can do it in any topic, whether you're dealing with women, whether you're dealing with technology, whether you're dealing with finances, whatever you're doing. If you have the energy, the knowledge, and really seeking to give value and show people you care about what happens to them, it's amazing how you draw people in. And so you two are both amazing, but I have to be the responsible host.
Yes, as the old clock on the computer says.
It is time to start wrapping things up. I want to give you both a chance to let everybody know what you want them to take away from today. What's what you want them to remember? Give them a last little nugget, and then how do they get in touch with you? And we're going to start ladies first again. Raquel, you're up.
Thank you, Russ. Thank you so much. It's been really fun hanging out with you guys. Dr. Joe, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to connect with you on LinkedIn. Start following you. I love your work and your style. So the main thing that I would love for people to take away is that we need to all get better educated about how money works, because we're not getting it in school. And the moment we learn these things, we are able to do things differently, make better choices, and pass this on to our next generation as well. If you'd like a copy of this book, I do give these away. So as a gift to anyone on the show who would like a copy, just reach out to me. on LinkedIn or Facebook, and I'm happy to, share a copy of the book, Time to Learn How Money Works.
That is so awesome. And again, besides LinkedIn, how do people get in touch with you?
I'm on Facebook as well. And well, my email is dr@DrRaquelMuller.com. Is that long?
Awesome. Awesome.
There
And
we go.
all that information will amazingly appear in the comments. It'll all be clickable and it's in the show notes. So that's just how that works. So Joe, you're up next.
Well, thank you so much, Russ and Scott. It's been a pleasure to be on your show. You guys are just amazing. I appreciate the wonderful job that you're doing. And Dr. Raquel, oh my word, you are just a phenomenal person. And I appreciate the kind shout out as well. And so we're definitely connecting. So what do I want people to know? It's important to recognize that data is a commodity. Data is the oil. Data is the thing that drives decisions. How do you get to the point where it is driving your decisions? Look for those moments in your data where it will give you what you need it to give you, and listen to what it's telling you. Listen to what your strategy is. Don't allow yourself to be surprised by things, and keep looking up. So to get in touch with me, you can find me on LinkedIn. Again, everything's in the show notes. LinkedIn and Facebook. I have a YouTube channel. YouTube/C/Dr. Joe Perez Data. And I'll be speaking in Orlando next month, then Australia and Phoenix the month after that, and then Houston and Lithuania in November. So I'm going to be pretty busy for the next few months, and it's going to be an enjoyable ride. And please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or any of these other channels, and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction. And let's make some good things happen.
Wow, that's amazing. World traveler. I'm going to have to add you to my list, Joe, of people that I want to live vicariously through that are traveling all around the world. Currently, I just live through my children who are world travelers. And so, yeah, but now you're on that list too. But yeah, listen, thank you both. Amazing. I mean, I'm inspired, encouraged, and I want to know more. And all of you watching today, I know you want to know more. I know you do. And in the show notes and in the comments, clickable links to both of these amazing individuals. You guys have to sign in and connect with them today because you'll want to learn more about what they're doing and how they can help your life. So thank you both. We're going to say goodbye, send you to the green room, but hang tight for just a moment because we want to wrap up with you before you go. Thanks so much for being here again.
Thank you.
Thank you for having
Great.
me. It's been a wonderful
time with you.
experience.
You guys
That's
are
what we
amazing.
want to hear. That's what we want to hear.
Yeah. All right. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh my goodness.
Fabulous.
I say it, I think I say it every week, and it's true. It's a true statement. You and I are so blessed and amazed with amazing friends, people doing incredible things. I mean, stuff that you don't really sometimes even think about, and yeah, no, it is so great. So
the doctors have been in the house.
The doctors have been in the house. That's it. Yeah. So anyway, listen, Scott, let's wrap up and remind everybody what you got going before we go.
Absolutely. It's been fabulous. I love what Joe has got going on and his inspiration and his alliterations. And I just have to share that again. It's the look, link, listen, leverage, and recognize, resolve, respond. And Dr. Raquel, the Bible says that the wise leave an inheritance to their grandchildren. And that's what a beautiful thing. So at 9 a.m., make sure you tune in on LinkedIn and watch the Aging Better Network. Learn about the aspects of aging. The Act of Aging is her book, with Christine A. Smith. And
you know her?
That is
you know
in
her
the
a little bit?
Absolutely. And that's just been a fabulous show. She now has 2 books out, and the Caregivers Kit is also on Amazon. And so Caregiver Kit, you can't miss that one. And yeah, if you want to write a book, because I know you have a book in you, coaches and consultants, if you've been doing any writing at all, go to dscottsmith.com. There's a free course. Publish your book, online course, webinar, 12 weeks or less. There we go. Russ, back over to you.
Well, and amazing. For those of you who don't know, I would most likely not be doing what I'm doing today and would not have published a book had it not been for Scott. And he keeps reminding me that I have more books in me. So keep your eyes peeled. May have something coming in the future.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes.
I am amazed to have you as a friend. And don't forget, everybody. And Scott, I'm going to have to make sure and get these amazing banners from you too, because it's kind of a disadvantage since I'm the one producing the show. But successfully transform your business in 3 simple steps is today at noon. It's only a 1-hour class. I know it says 2 hours there, but it's only a 1-hour workshop. And it's amazing. If you want to know how to build community, if you want to know how to make connections that will transform your business, make you significant and successful in life, you need to be there today. There's a worksheet that goes along with that. Enter the promo code TRANSFORM, save $50 off. That's half off the price of the class, the cheapest class for awesome information you'll get. So make sure and do that today. And don't forget, every Wednesday, we are here on the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, 7 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. We are on Instagram Live at 6:30 a.m. doing the Experience backstage, getting ready for the Experience Live with Russ and Scott. And then after this, at 10:30, after Scott and I do a whole bunch of other things, we come back on for our mastermind. It is a paid mastermind. Why is that? Because we want people to have skin in the game, to want to be involved and connected and engaged. And it is going to be the cheapest mastermind that you've ever been part of. But it's amazing, the content, whether you are a new live streamer or an experienced live streamer, there's something for you. So please join us today at 10:30. And with that, Scott, anything else before we take off?
I just want to say thank you to Ever for all of her work behind the scenes. And with that, we'll sign off for today.
Yes, and we just want to say thank you, Ever. And this is a special tribute to you. Yay! That's how we feel. That's how we feel. Okay, until we see you next time, have a great day and a great life, and
enjoy the experience.
Thanks for tuning in to The Experience Live with Russ and Scott. If you enjoyed today's show, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or subscribe on YouTube. See you next time.